This is the Unit 6 study guide video for ELR 6.8. This entire ELR is based on the lab that we did in class where we separated the mixture of iron, sand, and salt. The first question is asking you to briefly summarize your procedure, and I drew this diagram. We started by separating out the iron with a magnet, then we separated out the salt by dissolving it in water, and then we got the sand by itself by drying it so that the water evaporated away. For number 2, the properties that we took advantage of were the following. Properties means the way that a substance will act, and how did we take advantage of that. So for the iron, we took advantage of the fact that it's magnetic. For the salt, we took advantage of the fact that it will dissolve in water. In order to get the sand by itself, we took advantage of phase changes, or the fact that water will boil and sand won't at the same temperature. And then we also took advantage of density, in that the sand sunk when we mixed the water into the salt-sand mixture. The sand was sinking to the bottom, so that's a property of density. For number 3, in the lab, if we wanted to collect the salt and weigh it, which we didn't do during our lab, what would we have had to do? Here's a procedure that would have allowed us to do that. First step would have been to heat the water with the salt until it was boiling, and then wait for all of the water to turn to a gas. The salt would have been left behind, so we would weigh the beaker with the salt crystals left behind in it, and then we would just subtract what we knew the mass of the beaker to be, and that number which we were left with would have been the salt's mass.